I've been using these 3 savings challenge books to help me save money toward my Roth IRA. And this week, I'm ready to put about $200 more toward my future. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome back to Ready Budget Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel, we talk about cash budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Today, as I mentioned, I'll be using these 3 savings challenge books to help me save for my retirement. I am putting money toward my Roth IRA until it's fully funded. Once that's done, I've got another big goal behind it that I am really excited to start saving for. So I'm going to start with Zodiac Save with the Stars this week, and we'll get going on that and see how much we can accumulate toward my retirement. This is Zodiac Save with the Stars. This is a savings challenge book that I created. It's astrology themed, and it has a 2-page spread for each of the 12 signs of the zodiac, starting with Aries, the first sign, and going all the way through to Pisces, which is the final and 12th sign of the zodiac. Each spread has 3 different sections to it. On the left-hand side is a scratch section where the numbers 1 through 9 each appear exactly once, and then on the right-hand side are 2 color and save sections that you can make any amount you wish. I've chosen for the top section to do a D8 roll and the bottom section to do a D12 roll. How I determine which one I'm going to do is I roll a D12, that tells me which sign I'm going to do, and a D6, and that tells me which section I'm going to do. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a 1 or a 4 would be a scratch, a 2 or a 5 would be a D8 roll, and a 3 or a 6 would be a D12 roll. So let me get out the D6 and the D12, and let's get to rolling and see where we go this week. Okay, so we've got number 3 and number 6. So that's going to be a D12 roll on Gemini. So I'll roll the D12. $11. So I'm going to take a 10 and a 1. And the goal of this book is to put about $50 toward my retirement each week. So I'm going to fill in one of these here, and I'm only going to do it a little bit. As I've said in videos in the past, coloring is not really my forte. So I will come back offline later on and finish filling those in so that you don't have to watch me struggle. Okay, so let's see where we're going to go next here. Number 1 and number 2, so that's going to be a D8 roll on Aries, but that's all done, so I'm going to roll again. So we've got number 10 and 3, so that will be a D12 roll on Capricorn, which is my sign. My birthday is in January, so let's give it a roll. $12, so 10 and 12. And then I'm going to fill this in just a little bit. Okay. And let's see where we're off to next. Number 3 and number 6. So 3 is going to be Gemini. 6 is going to be another D12 roll. And we got 3. So I'm going to put this 2 back and grab a 5. And I will fill in another one of these symbols just a little bit. Okay. Roll them again. And we've got number 3 and number 5, which would be a D8 roll, but those are all done. So roll them again. Number 4 and number 3. So another D12 roll on Cancer. And this is the first time that we've done this the whole time I've been doing this book. I've been doing it for weeks, and this is the first time that we're doing a D12 for Cancer. So let's give it a roll here. $1. Okay. So I'm going to put a 1 back and grab a 2, just so I can feel like I've done something. All right, roll them again, see where we go. Number 2 and number 5. So 2 is Taurus, 5 is a D8 roll. So let me get out the D8. We'll give it a roll and see how much we save. $4. So 2, 4. Actually, I'm going to put all of this back and grab 21, like a 20 and a 1. So let me do that, 21. So we're already up to $31, thanks to those 2 big honkin' dice rolls from the D12 at the start. And that was a D8 roll, so let me color in a little bit of this, just enough to show intent, so that when I come back through later, I know which ones I need to completely fill in. We'll go back to the D12 and the D6. So 12 and 3. So that's another D12 roll on Pisces. So let's see what it says we need to save this time. $1 again. Boy, we had a 12, an 11, and then 2 ones in a row. But that's why the ones are on there. Sometimes they come up. Okay, roll them again. Number 10 and number 4, so that's going to be a scratch on Capricorn. And I've got 4 spots left, so let me roll. I'm going to roll a D8. Number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Scratch tool, aka a quarter. $4. So 4, 4, 4. Okay, let me clean this up. And I'm going to put one of these ones back and grab a 5. And we're off to another part of the book. 11 and 3. So that's going to be a D12 roll on Aquarius. $6. So I will put 15 back and grab 21. So we're almost there. We've got $8 more left to go. Fill in a little here. Roll the D12 and the D6. Number 4 and number 6. So that is back to Cancer, and it's going to be another D12 roll. So from nothing for weeks on end to 2 in one night, or one day. $5. Okay, so we've got about $3 left to save. And let's see where we're going next. 7 and 5. So that's going to be a D8 roll on Libra. We do have that available, so let me get out the D8. A 3 would be fantastic, but it's a 6. Okay, so 5 and 6. Color this in just a little bit. Cap that marker. Close the book. And then I will condense a little bit. I'll do a big condensing at the end, but let's see. I know I'm going to need a 50, so let's see here. 20, 45, 50. Then we've got $3 more. Okay. So swap that for 2 of those. Let's bring the binder out. We'll go to the Zodiac envelope and we'll put the 53 in. I'll consolidate at the end, but up next we're going to do General Greenback and the Frugality Force, and we'll see how much the General and his team of superheroes are going to tell us to save this week. Okay, I'm here with General Greenback and the Frugality Force. This is a superhero-themed savings challenge book that I created, and General Greenback leads a team of superheroes that are trying to recoup their savings and the rest of their money from the evil swindle syndicate, which is headed by Lord Larceny. So General Greenback and his team of superheroes are facing off against Lord Larceny and his squad of goons. And there are several different challenges in this book. There's a lot of scratch and save, there's roll and save, there's color and save, so a big variety. We've finished quite a few already, but I'm going to go to where the marker is, which is here on Counterfeiter. So with Counterfeiter, we're following the righteous path, and we're saving each amount as we're indicated as from where we are on the path. So we're down here at 9, so we're going to 8. So I am going to grab my orange marker, which is here somewhere, allegedly, in theory. There it is. Cross off the 8. And just as with the last book, the Zodiac book, my goal here is to save about $50. Okay, so that's it for that one. Next, we'll move on to Penny Protector. She is another one, and you know what? I'm going to do the full spread here. She's another one of the heroes, and there's only one more scratcher left on her, so I'm going to scratch this off. And Penny says we need to save $5. So let me clean this off. And we'll save 5. Actually, I'll put 5 away and take out a 10. And one thing that I've meant to do as I've been going through this book is to mark off which challenges are completed. So I've got, I think, some of my stickers here that are also available in my Etsy shop. I'm just not sure which compartment they're in. They're in this one or in the other one. Yep, here we go. All right, so these are challenge completed stickers. I probably don't have enough out to mark off all the ones that I finished, but I can mark off some of them. So let's see here. Nope, that's a fully funded. Okay, so Penny is done. So I'm going to stick this right over here. Let's see, which other ones did we finish? We finished the General Greenback where we're teaming up with him. So that one's done. We also finished Lord Larceny, the first challenge where we meet the evil supervillain. So that's done. And we also finished Gold Shield, which is General Greenback's main sidekick. So he's done. Okay. So if I finish any others, I'm not going to have a sticker to put on them, but I'll try to make sure that I catch up next week. So next we're going to do Misfortune. And Misfortune, this is a roll and save. So you need 2d6 dice, which I've got right over here. And you roll them and you mark off the number that you roll. So let's give it a roll here. So I've got 6, and I do have a 6 available. So I'm going to get out the blue marker for her. Cross that out. You could also color it in, whatever you feel. And I'm going to save $6. So 5 and 6. And we'll move on to Fundraiser, who's the next one, the next hero that we meet. There's one scratcher left on him, so I won't be able to put a challenge complete sticker on him just yet, but I'm getting close. I'm done. I will have the stickers next time, if I remember. Hopefully I will remember. Okay, so 7, 10, I'll put back 13, and we'll take out a 20. So 10, 13, 20. So we're about halfway there. We've got 26. Okay, next up, Loan Shark, and we're finishing him too. So this one, I've just been crossing out. You can color them in if you want. This is where you save $10 per torpedo. So we'll cross that out, and we'll save $10. And we'll move on to the next one. Prosperity Man. One scratcher left on him, so we're finishing quite a few here today. $8 for Prosperity Man. Clean this up. Okay, and let's see. So I'm going to put back 15 and take 23. 22, 23. So we're at 44. So this next one is probably going to do it. Yep, it is. So this is the last challenge in the book, or the last challenge for today. And I need the lavender marker, or the purple marker. Here it is. This is another one that's finished. This is another $10 color and save. So I'm going to put in $10. So we're at 54, and I'm not going to worry about consolidating these into a 2, because I know that I'll need to come back and do, well, actually, I'm going to consolidate these, so I might as well. Okay, so take out a 50. We'll take out another 2. Okay, so that's it for this week. So the marker will go on the next challenge, which is the vault, and there's only one scratcher left on him. I have quite a few more to do on, obviously, Misfortune has quite a few roll and saves left. Counterfeiter has a few left. We've got a lot to do on Overdraft, which is a scratch till you match. We've got a lot of rolls here, and then the final challenge where we take on Lord Larceny himself, there's quite a bit left to do here as well. There's one more challenge behind it that I haven't been showing. You might have seen it on other channels, but it's something special, so I'm choosing to save it to be the very last thing that we do in the book. So I am going to put this away. Well, I'll set it to the side anyway. And I'll take out the binder here. And General Greenback is getting $54. Okay, so that brings us to The Life of a Creator. And that will be the last book that I do, and I'll explain how much I'm putting into that book this week, and we'll get started on it here in just one sec. The last Savings Challenge book that I'm going to work on this week is The Life of a Creator. This is a collaboration that was put together by Marlene over at Snow Gardener 307 with her, myself, and 24 other people, many of them creators from, well, all of them creators from the budgeting community. And so everybody contributed at least one challenge to the book. Sometimes there's a collab within a collab. And so if you order this from her, it's available on her Etsy shop and on her website, her .com, snowgarner307.com. And when you order the book, it comes with the book itself. It comes with, I believe it comes with an envelope, an A5 envelope. And then it also comes with these 7 dice. So you get a D4, a D6, a D8, 2 D10s, a D12, and a D20. So I am going to go to where I last left off, which I think was, yep, it was over here. It was the 25 to Thrive. So let's do this one. Now, this one is a habit tracker, and I am terrible at tracking habits. So I decided that my habit was every time I come to this page, I'm going to save $5. And that is a great habit, in my opinion. So I'm going to check off another cloud because, again, I'm not real great at coloring. So I'm just kind of checking things off here. And I'm going to put $5 toward the savings. Let me move these dice out of the way, but I will need them later. I should also tell you that the dice color that you receive will be random. I didn't choose black. This is just what came to me when Marlene sent me mine. So just bear that in mind. I am perfectly fine with black dice, but I know that other people have gotten different colors. There's been pink and blue and orange and yellow and green and all of them. So I am perfectly happy with these, but just know that your mileage will vary on the dice color. Okay. So next up, we've got a scratch and save challenge. This says, suspect claims she has too much to do, but lays down to nap instead. And this is by Laura Bell Creations. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So I'm going to roll this D8, and that will tell us which one to scratch. We got number 1. So I'm going to say this is number 1. And let's see how much we save this week. $1. Okay. That's just as well. Makes the book last longer. Some of these challenges will last quite a while. Some of them will be over, in a matter of another couple of weeks, just because there aren't all that many more places to play. So, okay, so I've saved the dollar. Let's move on to the next one. This is a $50 plus dice roll. This is by pinkycloth.co. It says, save up each dice. If you decide to roll, save that total amount. This cute challenge should have you saving over $50 plus in no time. Okay, so for this one, I've been rolling a d6 and marking them off. And I think if I get something that isn't available here, I'm just going to write it in on one of these open spaces. I think that's what I'm going to do. And who knows, by the time this challenge comes up again, I might have completely changed my mind. But let's see how we do here. Okay, so 2. And I don't have a 2 available because I've rolled that twice already. So I'm just going to fill it in here. So I'm going to write in a 2. Okay, and I will save $2. And we'll move on to the next challenge. This says, save to sink. Save today for tomorrow's future. $100. This is a color and save and a roll and save. And I think on this one, I've decided that I'm going to try to do all of the scratch and saves first. But this 10 is looking mighty tempting. So I think for this week, because I'm early enough in the book, I'm just going to knock that 10 out. I have no idea what marker I used previously, so let's see here. I think maybe it was this one. Probably not, but it doesn't matter if it's all the same color, right? As long as I save money, that's what matters. Okay, so my terrible coloring skills on full display. And I say that I'm terrible at coloring, and yet I contributed a color and save challenge to this book, so go figure, right? Okay, so $10. We'll take a 10 out. And I'm only saving $90 in this book this week or thereabouts because I had $3 overage in game night from Monday. I had a $3 overage in Zodiac, and I had a $4 overage in General Greenback. So that's going to put me at $90 for this one. I might go over the 90, and that's okay. But I just don't want to go too far over because I want the book to last, number one. And I also want to make sure that I'm being steady with my IRA contributions. All right, so this is the Rock and Roll Queen. This is a roll and save challenge, and I'm on my last D20 roll. I've had a lot of volatility here. I had a 1, a 10, an 8, and a 16, so I'm excited to see what we get this time around. And we got a 2. Okay, well, I mean, that's why the 2 is on there, right? So let's write in a 2. And I think Yep, I can pull all of this out because this is 18 and put in a 20. 15, 15. Okay, so we're at $20 so far. So now we're done with the D20 rolls. The next time that I come to this challenge, I'll roll a D8. The next challenge up is mine, and this is one where you are building your own cheeseburger. It's called Buster's Bangin' Burger Bar, or your own hamburger. It doesn't have to be a cheeseburger. So the rules are that you start with a meat patty, or it could be a veggie patty, and a bun, and then you add in toppings as you like. Each topping costs $1. If it's a topping that you don't want on your burger, then you can cross it out instead of coloring it in, but you have to save $3 for wasting food. So this time we've got mustard, and I am going to color it in because I like mustard. I don't really care for yellow mustard. I like sweet and spicy mustard, or I like grainy brown mustard. Not so much a fan of just plain yellow mustard. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't know. It's just not my thing, and it never really has been. Even when I was a kid, didn't like mustard on my hot dog. But a little of it goes a long way. So there's the mustard, and I'm just going to color in that center section in blue, if I've got my blue marker here somewhere. Well, I'm not going to hunt for it for, oh, there it is. Okay. I was going to say, I'm not going to hunt for it forever, and then, of course, it appears. So you can still tell that's mustard, right? What else comes in a yellow bottle? Okay. So that's that, and I'm going to save $1 for that. Next time I play this challenge, it's going to be mayonnaise, and that one is going to get crossed out, and I'm going to have to save $3 because I hate mayonnaise. Okay. Next up, we've got Budget Life with Paula. This is a scratch and save. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left, so I'm going to roll a d6 die, and that will tell us which one to scratch. Number 3, 1, 2, 3. It bounced, but I don't mind. Okay. So right here, it says to save $8. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we've gone from the little choo-choo to the express train here. Let's see. So 5, 7, and 8. Next up, Counting Sheep. So this one is by Budget with IRA, and it comes with stickers. So I need to grab those out, and I'm going to grab the other set of stickers out as well. There's 2 sticker challenges in the book. So that's for this one. This will be for another challenge, so I'll set those over here. I should have done that at the beginning, but I forgot. Okay, so this one, I'm going to put this little sheepy, I think over here. And I've said that each sheep is $5. So I'm going to take 5 back and put in a 10. And we'll go to the next challenge. Christmas word search. Okay, so I've been getting pretty lucky on these so far. I'm not too great at word searches, but I see wreath already. So that's what I'm going to circle. And wreath is worth $10. My goodness. Okay. But a lot of the ones that are left are 10 and 15, so I suppose, in a way, I got lucky. I'm glad to be saving the money, but I also want the book to last a long time, so... Okay. Next up, we've got Janelle Ray Budgets. This is a scratch and save and a roll and save. I think I'm going to keep scratching just because the scratchers have, some of them have bonuses, so I don't want to use up all the rolls first. So there's quite a few left. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I can roll a d10, and here's the d10, and that will tell me which one to scratch. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've decided this one is 5. It looks 5. Looks like 5. Oh, no, it's not. It's a bonus. Double your next roll. See, this is why I wanted to get all the scratchers out of the way. And I'm rolling a d20 on this, so everybody, please say a prayer to whatever deity you like. Even if it's the flying spaghetti monster, I need all the help I can get here. All right, rolling a d20. Something not too high. 18. Well, it's not as high as the 19 I rolled the last time I had to double. Okay, so I'm going to put $2 back, take out another 20. This is not going to last very long. I'm already at $62, and then I need to fill in 18 times 2 for 36. Goodness. So this one, by far and away, is the leader. Part of it is my own fault because I decided to make it a D20. But just from these two dice rolls alone has been, what, $74? Plus, let's see, 8, 10, 13, 74 plus 13, $87. And I've done this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So, yeah, this is a rich one. Okay, so I've already put the money in, so I'm square on this one, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so now we've gone to a nice gentle challenge. This one is a forest theme challenge. Save $55. The amounts are $1 to $5. Hopefully there's no doubles and triples in here. There's quite a few left, so I'm just going to pick one at random. I think I'm going to do a small one this week, and I'm going to go right over here. And this one is, well, of course it's the max. It's $5. This is Big Spender Week. In fact, that's probably going to end up in the title of the video when I upload it. Okay, so $5. And then next up, this is the last one in the book. This is the booty bank. I'm not going to read all the instructions again, but we were here last time, and I don't remember which die I was rolling. I think I was just rolling a d6. It doesn't really matter, because eventually I'm going to get all of these crossed off. And I'm going to be saving some big bucks by the time we get up into the 30s and 40s. But for now, we left off on 11, so the worst I can do is roll a 6 and save 17. So let's see. It's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, that's probably going to do it for the week. I'm looking for the pen here so I can cross this off. So I'm going to take out 17 big bucks. Oh my goodness. And I really think I'm there. I think I have crossed the threshold, but let's see here. If not, then we live on and we play again. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 4. And I needed to save 90. So, okay. So we're not done just yet. We've got one more game to play, maybe two. So let's go back to the front of the book. And this is Let's Get Rolling. This is one of Marlene's challenges, Snow Gardener 307. It says choose a D4, D6, or D8 die to roll. I always pick the D8 because I like living on the edge. Roll the die 3 times, add the first 2 rolls, and subtract the last roll, save the total. So let's see how we do this. Oh, I need the pen. Okay, see how we do this time. So roll number 1 is a 5. Roll number 2 is an 8. Roll number 3 is a 2. Okay, so 5 plus 8 is 13, minus 2 is 11. So now for sure I am over. So I am putting in $11, which means I have 20, 40, you know what, let's do this. Let's do this 50, and I'll just condense this. So 50, 70, 80, 95. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to put these back and take that 20. So we've got 95. So that means I'm going to be contributing an extra $5 to the Roth IRA this week from the $300 that I like to contribute. So I'll be putting $305 toward my retirement. This challenge is done, and I will mark that next week with the challenge completed, but I'm also going to put in another challenge that I got from Marlene as a Christmas freebie. So I'm going to paperclip that to this one, and we'll do that in its place the next time this challenge comes around. But I'm also going to put the marker on the next challenge in the book. So let me put this away first. And then the stickers. Didn't even get to use the Kiss My Hiney stickers this week. I didn't make it that far in the book. It's the next one up, though, so we'll start with that next week. So we've got the stickers. I'll be back to consolidate you shortly. I consolidated after game night, and it got a bit thick again, so. All right, let me put the marker on Kiss My Hiney. Let me also grab out that challenge that I just put away. And another paper clip. Oh, look, I found the Quicks dice. If you were watching my video on Monday, I've been mentioning that I couldn't find the Quicks dice. Well, now I know where they were. They were in the paperclip tray. Okay, so I'm going to clip this to this challenge so that the next time this comes up, we'll know we're doing this instead. And then Kiss My Hiney will be where we start next week. But for now, let's see. Oop. We're done with this book. I'm going to put this away, put all the dice away, and I'll come back and consolidate the binder here in just one moment. All right, let's condense this bad mama jama. So we're going to start with the life of a creator. And inside, oops, I pulled the stickers right back out again. You're like, you didn't play me this week. Okay, so in this one, we've got 500, 20, no, 550, 570, 590, 610, 620, 625, 630, 632, 634. Okay, so I'm going to save out 20 and 30. This should be 100, 50, 70, 95, 100, yep. And I'll put this one in here for now. I do have more Sea Life placeholders, but they're all in my cash stuffing binder for May. So, all right. So there's that one. Now let's do Zodiac Save with the Stars. This one has 1,000, 100, 50, 70, 90, 2, 4, and 5. So all I can do is consolidate these into a 5. But it's still something. Still getting some of that bulk out. If you like these Sea Life placeholders, they're available in my Etsy shop. They're in several different denominations. You can get a variety, or you can get all the same denominations if you like. Okay, General Greenback has 1,000, 100, 50, 200, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. All right, so I'm going to swap these for a hundo. And I'm going to swap these for a 5 and a 1. So we still have $1,228. So that's the quick little condensing for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. If you are a new subscriber, I save $5 every time somebody subscribes. My budget update video, which is at the end of the week, usually on Fridays or Saturdays, I will go over that tracker and save that money. So be looking out for that. I have game night coming up next week on Monday, and then I'll be right back here on Wednesday for another trip through the Savings Challenge books to save money for my retirement. Thank you so much for watching, and until I do see you in the next one, take care.